Welcome to the AI Hub, a podcast for AI-driven side hustles designed for IT professionals like you.
From cutting-edge AI tools to practical, no-nonsense tips, each episode brings you closer to turning tech into income.
Tune in to discover smart and sustainable ways to boost your career and income with AI.
Hey everyone, and welcome to AI Hub. I'm Larry, and I am so pumped to be back with you again today to dig into some more of the awesome stuff happening in the AI world.
And I'm Amanda. I'm here to break down the business and development side of AI for you. And let me just say, today's topic is pretty wild, even for the fast-paced world of AI.
Oh yeah, this one is definitely a big one. So Elon Musk's XAI company is reportedly trying to get a massive $10 billion investment. We're talking about a potential $75 billion valuation here. Like billion with a B.
Wow.
Yeah, TechCrunch just recently published an article about it, and it's got everyone in the industry buzzing.
No kidding. I mean, $10 billion, that's enough to buy like a whole fleet of self-driving cars for every city in, I don't know, like a small country.
Seriously.
And if you look at Crunchbase, this funding round would bring XAI's total capital raise to over $22 billion. Yeah. So that puts them in a whole other league, even compared to the biggest tech companies out there.
Absolutely. So with that much cash on hand, it makes you wonder, what are they planning on doing with all that money?
Right.
The TechCrunch article mentioned they might spend something like $5 billion on Dell servers alone. Just servers.
Wow. Yeah, well, that makes sense when you think about what they're building. XAI is spelled. Grock models are already being integrated into Elon Musk's X platform.
Right.
And these models are designed to understand and interact with information in a much more intuitive and powerful way than anything we've seen before.
Okay, so you said Grock is being integrated into X. What exactly does that look like for the average user right now?
So right now, one of the things Grock can do is summarize trending discussions on X. So instead of, scrolling through a ton of tweets, you can get a quick AI-generated summary of what everyone's talking about.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but that's really just the tip of the iceberg. Musk has been hinting at much bigger plans for Grock, especially with the upcoming release of Grock 3.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Grock 3, Musk recently teased some details about it at a tech conference over in Dubai. He made it sound like this new version is going to be a huge leap forward.
Oh, absolutely. From what he's been saying, it seems like Grock 3 will be able to understand and process information in an even more sophisticated way than Grock 2. It could even potentially become like a personalized news aggregator, or a real-time debate moderator, or even a tool for predicting future trends.
Wow.
Imagine that. Imagine getting a tailored news feed that's curated by an AI that actually understands your interests and can filter out all the misinformation.
Now you're talking. Now that's the kind of stuff that gets me really excited about the future of AI. It'd be like having a super intelligent research assistant right there at your fingertips.
Exactly.
But I mean, obviously that also raises some questions too, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have to think about what it means to put that much power in the hands of an AI, especially within a platform like X, which, let's be honest, has kind of a mixed track record when it comes to managing information and, keeping things civil.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, X has struggled with things like misinformation and echo chambers in the past. So how do we make sure that adding a powerful AI like Grock to the mix doesn't just make those problems even worse?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. And honestly, there's no easy answer. I mean, one thing's for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to need XAI to be really transparent about how Grock's algorithms actually work, and giving users more control over how their information is being filtered and presented is going to be super important too.
Okay, so transparency and control. I like that. It's like giving users the tools to understand how the AI is making decisions instead of just blindly trusting whatever it's showing them.
Right. And we're also going to need some serious independent oversight. We can't just assume that XAI is going to get everything right on their own.
Right.
I mean, we'll need stuff like external audits and ethical reviews to make sure that Grock is actually being used responsibly.
So it's kind of like having checks and balances on the AI, right? Like making sure that one company doesn't have too much power over how it's being used.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, integrating Grock with X is really just one piece of the puzzle. It seems like XAI's bigger goal is to build general-purpose AI systems. So systems that can be used for a whole bunch of different tasks, not just for social media.
Okay, so beyond social media, what are some other potential applications for Grock?
Well, think about something like healthcare. Imagine Grock analyzing medical data to help doctors diagnose diseases way earlier and with much more accuracy than they can today.
Yeah.
Or in education, Grock could be used to personalize learning experiences for every student, tailoring the content and pace to their individual needs.
Wow, those are some really powerful examples.
Yeah.
It sounds like Grock could potentially have a huge impact on tons of different industries.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what makes this whole thing so fascinating. We're talking about an AI that could literally touch almost every aspect of our lives.
It's definitely exciting, but I mean, it's also kind of daunting, right? Like with that much potential, it feels even more important to make sure we get this right from the very beginning.
Oh, totally. I completely agree. It's so important that we have these open and honest conversations about both the potential benefits and the risks of this kind of technology.
Right.
And we need to work together to make sure that AI is being developed and used in a way that actually benefits all of humanity, not just a select few.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So with all of this in mind, what do you think is the most important takeaway for our listeners today?
I think it's this XAI is on the verge of something really big, and this massive investment is a clear sign of just how ambitious they are. I mean, they're building technology that could completely change the world as we know it.
And as we move forward, it's crucial that we all stay informed, engage in these critical conversations, and demand transparency and accountability from the people who are building these incredibly powerful AI systems.
Couldn't agree more. This is a journey we're all in together.
Well, folks, there you have it. Another deep dive into the fascinating world of AI right here on AI Hub.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you.
And remember, if you want to stay up to date on all the latest developments in the awesome world of AI, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll be back next week with another insightful exploration. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep asking those big questions. This whole thing with XAI, it really makes you realize just how much momentum there is in the AI world right now.
It does. It really does. It's like we're back in the early days of the internet. Everything's moving so fast, and it feels like the possibilities are pretty much endless.
Yeah, and investors are definitely taking notice. I mean, they're pouring billions of dollars into these AI companies that are really pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Oh, yeah. It's like everyone's trying to get a piece of the pie, hoping they'll be the ones to back the next big breakthrough.
Exactly. And it's not even just about the technology itself. It's about the impact AI could have on pretty much every industry out there.
Right.
I mean, healthcare, finance, transportation, entertainment, you name it. AI is about to change the way we live and work in a big way.
Absolutely. So I guess the question is, what does all this mean for the average person? Someone who's not a tech billionaire or a computer scientist. How do we keep up in a world that's changing so quickly?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah. Where I think the most important thing is to stay curious. Keep learning about AI, explore the different tools and applications that are out there, and think critically about how this technology might affect us.
So basically, don't be afraid to jump in and get your hands dirty.
Exactly. Play around with some of those AI tools, see what they can do, and start thinking about how you might be able to use them in your own life or work.
Right, and don't just take everything you hear about AI at face value. You know, question things, challenge assumptions, and be part of those important conversations about the ethics and the societal impact of all this.
I think that's a really important point. The future of AI is being shaped right now, and we all have a role to play in making sure it's a future we can all feel good about.
Well said. So it looks like we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of XAI and all their big plans. It's been awesome having you with us today on AI Hub.
It's been fun. Thanks for having me.
And hey, if you want to stay up to date on everything that's happening in the incredible world of AI, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll be back next week with another exciting deep dive. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep asking those big questions.
Welcome to the AI Hub, a podcast for AI-driven side hustles designed for IT professionals like you.
From cutting-edge AI tools to practical, no-nonsense tips, each episode brings you closer to turning tech into income.
Tune in to discover smart and sustainable ways to boost your career and income with AI.